Volquest positional previews roll on. He's Rob Lewis. I'm Austin Price, talking running backs today. And Rob, this running back room gets deeper with each recruiting class under Jerry Mack. And Jabari Small, steady Eddie, and he's battled through some injuries. Jalen Wright was really phenomenal last year and really came on as the year went on. Then you got some younger backs like a Dylan Sampson or a couple of those two freshmen that you feel like, hey, potentially could help you.
I like Tennessee's running back room, and it may not be Jamal Lewis, Travis Henry, Travis Stevens caliber, but I think they have. Three guys who have proven that they're quality SEC backs. And as you just mentioned, Jabari, Dylan Sampson and Jalen Wright both averaged over 6.6 yards a carry last year. That's not just a small sample size either. That's a season. Dylan Sampson showed he's a home run hitter in SEC play. And Cam Seldon, an X factor. I know it's hard to come in and contribute as a freshman. 4 backs is maybe a little crowded, but I think we all really like what we saw from Seldon in the spring.
Well, with Jabari Small's tendency to get hurt, you have to be, you have to think that a Cam Seldon or a Khalifa Keith or Deshaun Bishop has to be ready, has to stay ready, because you're just, if Jabari goes down and you're a sprained ankle away from being at Dylan Sampson and some freshmen. So, I think the depth is getting there, which it was not there just a couple of years ago, which is a great sign as Tennessee continues to bring in different type backs. Cam Seldon, bigger back. Khalifa Keith is, he's a tank. And then you've got some shifty guys like Dylan Sampson.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good mix. And, last year that was kind of a frequent, question in the offseason. Who's the short yardage back? Who's the short yardage back? Well, it may have been Hendon Hooker, at the end of the day. And I think that's a wild card, AP, and how
do they use Joe?
Yes, and how the ground game is going to shake out. I know we're talking about running backs, but Hendon had 104 carries last year.
Yep.
That's in Tennessee had 485 as a team. So you're talking the quarterback position. You got 20% of your rushing attempts from, a little more than 20%. How does that change the equation?
Does it look the same with Joe too? It could.
It may
not.
I don't see Milton having 100 carries.
I don't either, but I guess it depends on how much he's willing to kind of use his body and where Tennessee feels like they are at the quarterback spot. If you're not super deep or if you don't feel like there's, if you don't feel like Nico's ready or Gaston Moore can get it done, running Joe probably isn't the smartest move just because you need to keep him upright.
Yeah, agree. So, Tennessee's going to run the ball. They ran only 2 teams in the SEC had more than 500 attempts last year. That's Arkansas and Ole Miss, who play a different style of game. Tennessee had 485. The conception is it's high octane, pass the ball, but it's really balanced, and so a lot of pressure on the run game to hold up this.
I'm fascinated, Rob, to see Jalen Wright, because from all accounts he's had a really good offseason and is approaching things a different way. He and Jalen Hyatt are super close. He saw how Hyatt went from kind of nowhere to somewhere in a hurry. Jalen Wright wouldn't be going from nowhere because he had, close to 1,000 yards a year ago, led the team in rushing, was really good at the end of the year, and I think with added carries this year could, be a guy that's headed to the NFL at the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think he showed his big playability. I'd like to see him be more involved in the passing game. I think he can do it. I just think for whatever reason they don't use him that way enough. But yeah, with his skill set and especially his speed, I don't disagree with that statement.
Yep, and all of that, and Jabari Small has been the starter on this team the last couple of years and is aiming to get back into that position once fall camp starts back, providing he's fully healthy. He's Rob Lewis. I'm Austin Price. Volquest Positional Previews roll on.